What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So we got some unfortunate news once again. As WBC welterweight world champion, Mexican star Marrio Barrios and his team are now also claiming that they have not spoken to Matchroom CEO and promoter Eddie Hearn about a fight for Jaron Ennis. They've only had conversations with Eddie Hearn about a fight for Conor Benn. Huh? Eddie Hearn did an interview, and Eddie Hearn in his interview, he stated that he made Marrio Barrios an offer, which was you can choose between you can choose between Jaron Ennis and you can choose between Conor Benn. And he stated that this is the money you'll make fighting Conor Benn, and this is the money you'll make fighting Jaron Ennis. And he stated that and alluded to that they would much rather go with Conor Benn, giving you the indication that there's more money on the table to fight Conor Benn than to fight Jaron Ennis, right? As I told you guys, right? Eddie Hearn's interest is not to have Jaron Ennis in these fights at 147. His interest is Jaron Ennis at 154. That's where he can make money with Jaron Ennis, not at 147. Right? With Conor Benn, he can take Marrio Barrios to the UK and have Marrio Barrios fight in the UK against Conor Benn now that Conor Benn is cleared, and make money because Conor Benn is a big draw there. Jaron Ennis has not had that marquee fight, that marquee name, that marquee moment where he's a superstar, but he's not a moneymaker yet. Right? Yeah, he sold out both of fights at the Wells Fargo in his hometown of Philadelphia, but he has not had the marquee fight. That was against David Avanesian and against Karen Chugajan. Two guys that nobody even really knows, okay, outside of hardcore boxing fans. That's why it's important for Eddie Hearn to get him a fight with Teofimo Lopez at Madison Square Garden, because Teofimo Lopez will draw attention, okay? Will get eyes. It will bolster his status, his brand. He beats and stops and dominates Teofimo Lopez at Madison Square Garden. Teofimo Lopez is a big name. He's a bigger name than Marrio Barrios. He's a bigger name than Amanda Stanionis and Brian Norman Jr. He's a marquee name who has marquee fights. Teofimo Lopez beat Josh Taylor and Vasyl Lomachenko handily, right? He's one of the four kings. He's like the Roberto Duran of the four kings, right? So that's the marquee fight that can bring Jaron Ennis to start making big money to be able to have these fights that he wants. But Jaron Ennis is set on unifying the belts. There's no champion available, and he said that he's coming back in April, looking to come back in April. Stanionis just told you that he was willing to fill in for Virgil Ortiz when Jaron Ennis turned down Virgil Ortiz for February. And Stanionis is saying that he would have filled in for him, but he didn't hear nothing from them. Right? Because Gaiasov is Eddie Hearn's fighter. Eddie Hearn does not want to, he doesn't value Jaron Ennis fighting Stanionis and Marrio Barrios and Brian Norman Jr. We already saw that. We know that. Right? If I'm Jaron Ennis at this point in time, take the Teofimo Lopez fight. It's going to garner you money. It's at Madison Square Garden. You a headline at Madison Square Garden against a marquee name in a marquee fight. Finally, right? And bring some real attention to your name and status to your brand. And then once you fight Teofimo Lopez, you beat Teofimo Lopez at Madison Square Garden. Madison Square Garden, the most famous arena in the world, that speaks volumes. It speaks volumes. Stop waiting for Marrio Barrios and Stanionis and Brian Norman. Brian Norman got a fight coming up. So if you fight Teofimo Lopez at Madison Square Garden and you beat Teofimo Lopez, after that, now you get Brian Norman. You unify the belts against Brian Norman. After you unify the belts against Brian Norman, should you beat Brian Norman, now you move on to either 154 or one of the other champions. But again, Eddie Hearn don't see much value in Boots Ennis fighting these other champions. That's why he's not putting his best foot forward to make those fights, because those champions want big money to fight Jaron Ennis. With Teofimo Lopez, it's a marquee fight. It's worth the risk. It's worth the payout. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out, man. But man, Boots Ennis got to do something, man, because the parade is passing him by now. It's passing him by, just losing opportunities. Secure that Teofimo Lopez fight for March 1st, man. Stanionis saying they didn't reach out, it's just not a good look. But drop a comment in the comment section and let me know what y'all think, man. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Jaron Ennis, to me, is the phenom. He's 27 years of age. He got 33 fights. It's time. It's time to start putting the marquee names on your list. It's like Bernard Hopkins did with Trinidad. This is your moment to do that with Teofimo Lopez, man. This is your moment. That's all I got for y'all. I'm gone. Peace.